Adrian Cole moved into his new apartment on a quiet, empty street, a place where nothing ever happened. That's what he wanted: silence, routine, normalcy. But on his very first night, he noticed something strange. At 3:11 a.m., a man appeared under the streetlight across the road. Tall, thin, unmoving. His face was impossible to see, buried in shadow, his head slightly tilted, like he was studying something only he could understand. Adrian assumed it was a drunk wanderer or someone waiting for a cab. He brushed it off, until the next night when the man came back, at the exact same time, and the next night, and the next. Always 3:11 a.m., always the same streetlight, always staring upward as if watching Adrian's apartment. Night 5. Adrian couldn't ignore it anymore. He stayed by the window, phone ready to record. At 3:11 a.m., as if following a cosmic schedule, the man stepped into the circle of light again. He didn't walk in from the street. He didn't emerge from shadows. One moment, the street was empty. The next, he was simply there. Adrian recorded him, zooming in. That's when he noticed something that turned his blood to ice. The man was facing the wrong direction. He wasn't looking at the streetlight. He was looking directly at Adrian's window, even though Adrian was hidden behind the curtains. Adrian whispered, "He can't see me. He can't see me." But the man's head slowly tilted, just a few degrees, like he had heard him anyway. Adrian dropped his phone. Night 7. Adrian decided to test something. He stayed awake, sitting in the dark room. No lights, no movement, no sound. At 3:11 a.m., the figure appeared again. But this time, he lifted his arm. Slowly, deliberately, and pointed straight at Adrian's window. Adrian scrambled back, heart hammering. "What do you want from me?" No response. The man didn't move again, just stood there, pointing, until sunrise. Night 10. Adrian had barely slept in 3 days. He contacted the police. They came in the afternoon, investigated, saw nothing. "He only comes at night," Adrian pleaded. The officer gave him a tired look. "Sir, there are no footprints in that area. Nobody has been standing there. Check again tonight." "We can't station a unit here for a shadow," the officer said. But that night, at 3:11 a.m., Adrian saw something different. For the first time ever, the man wasn't alone. A second figure stepped into the circle of light. Then a third, a fourth, all standing perfectly still under different streetlights, all facing his apartment, all silent, all identical in height and posture. Adrian felt the air grow colder. His breath turned white. Then all of them, every figure, lifted their arms and pointed at his window. All at once, Adrian screamed. Night 11. He decided to run. He grabbed his keys, his bag, didn't even bother packing clothes. He just needed to escape. But as he opened his apartment door, there at the end of the hallway, one of the figures was standing under the flickering ceiling light, pointing. Inside the building, inside his floor, inside his hallway. Adrian slammed the door shut, locked it twice, dragged a bookshelf against it. "Leave me alone!" he yelled. The pointing stopped. For a moment, then the figure lowered its arm and began walking toward the door. Slow, soft, measured footsteps. Tap, tap, tap. They stopped right outside his door. Then the handle turned. Once. Twice, shaking, rattling, trying, then knocking. 3 slow knocks. Like the thing outside wasn't trying to break in, but asking permission. "Adrian." The voice wasn't human. It was whispering from behind a wall, distorted, bending through air like it didn't belong there. He crouched in the corner, shaking as the knocking grew louder. 3:11 a.m., the final night. Police arrived the next morning. The door had been knocked clean off its hinges, lying in splinters across the floor. The apartment was empty. Adrian Cole was gone. But one officer swears that when he replayed the hallway CCTV footage at exactly 3:11 a.m., every streetlight on Brynford Lane flickered on, and dozens of tall, thin figures appeared all at once, all pointing upward at Adrian's window.